Today, we're diving into some truly incredible facts about a nation that literally gave the world the idea of nothing and yet operates on a scale of billions. We're talking about India, and trust me, some of these facts, from ancient ideas that power your phone to modern systems of unbelievable size, are going to surprise you.
So let me start with a quick question for you. What in the world do the numbers 0, the practice of yoga, and the biggest election on Earth all have in common? Well, as we're about to see, the answer to all three is India.
Here's how we're going to break it all down. First, we'll look at India's many names. Then, we'll dive into its ancient discoveries, explore its mind-blowing diversity, and finally, wrap up with the sheer massive scale of modern India.
Okay, so let's start with the very idea of identity. You can tell a lot about a place from its names, right? They're kind of like rings on a tree. Each one tells a story from a different time.
You know, this land has been called so many things over the centuries. In ancient texts, it was Bharatvarsh, named after a legendary emperor. Then you have Aryavart, which means the land of the noble ones, and of course Hindustan, which came from the Persians to describe the land beyond the Indus River. Each name really captures a whole different chapter of its long, long story. All right, next up, let's talk about how some ancient Indian ideas became the bedrock of our modern world. And I'm not talking about some dusty historical footnotes. These are things that are running in the background of our lives every single day. Let's start with this: 0, or in Sanskrit, shunya. It looks like nothing, right? But this invention, which came from India, is probably one of the most powerful ideas in all of human history. Think about it. Without 0, there's no binary code, no computers, no smartphones, no space travel. It literally changed everything. This spirit of discovery was really organized in some incredible ways. Now, when you think of the world's first universities, your mind probably goes to Europe, right? But centuries, literally centuries before places like Oxford even existed, there was Takshashila, which many consider the world's very first university. And this wasn't just some small local college. Takshashila was a global powerhouse of learning. It drew students from all over the ancient world. We're talking Babylon, Greece, China. They came to study everything you can imagine: medicine, math, philosophy, astronomy. It was a true crossroads for the brightest minds of its time. And that search for knowledge wasn't just about the external world. It was about the internal one, too. Today, millions of people do yoga. But it's so much more than just a good stretch. It's a 5,000-year-old way of life, a whole discipline of ethics, meditation, and postures, born and developed in ancient India. Now, let's shift gears and talk about something truly breathtaking: the diversity of India. We're talking about a level of variety in culture, language, and even nature that is, well, it's hard to find anywhere else on the planet. To really get a sense of this, let's play a little game. Just take a guess. How many different languages and dialects do you think are spoken in India right now? 100? 500 maybe? The real answer is just wow. It's over 19,000. No, that is not a typo. More than 19,000 languages and dialects. It just makes it one of the most linguistically rich and complex places you could ever imagine. And that incredible diversity, it's just as profound in the world of faith. India isn't just home to a lot of religions. It's the actual birthplace of 4 major world religions: Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, and Sikhism. It's a spiritual landscape that has shaped countless lives all across the globe. This richness even spills over into the natural world. Here's a wild fact for you. India is what's known as a mega-diverse country. And to give you one quick example, it's home to more different species of snakes than any other country on Earth. All right, for our final piece of the puzzle, let's see how this ancient civilization operates on a truly monumental modern scale. This is where that deep history crashes right into a colossal present. And you don't have to look any further than its elections. Lots of countries have democratic elections, but nobody does it on this scale. It is, and this is not an exaggeration, the largest single organized human event on the entire planet. To make it happen, officials have to manage hundreds of millions of voters. To give you some perspective, the word crore in India means 10 million. The logistics of just reaching every single person, from a tiny village in the Himalayas to a packed megacity, is just a modern marvel of organization. So how do you even begin to connect more than 1 billion people? Well, a massive part of the answer is the Indian Railway Network. It's one of the biggest rail systems in the world, and it's truly the nation's lifeline. It carries more people every single day than the entire population of many countries.
So, what have we seen? The birthplace of world-changing ideas, a mosaic of unbelievable diversity, and a modern nation that operates on a scale that's almost impossible to wrap your head around. It all leaves you with one final, fascinating question to think about. With a past this deep and a present this huge, what's going to be India's next great contribution to the world?